Hi all, welcome to PowerShell for Penetration Testers at Pentester Academy. In this video, let's have a look at manifest modules. We will see how to create a manifest, and then we will discuss how to use that manifest to add metadata for a module, and also how to use it to control behavior of a module. Let's start with new module manifest, and let's create yet another show advanced script, but this time notice the extension is PSD1, which means it is a data file. So let's create it. Now it asks for some parameters. Let's enter only the required ones. Let's enter EFT here, company name, copyright. Okay. Now it asks for the module to process. We want it to process the module we created in the previous video. Let's add some description. Types to process, formats to process, required assemblies. Notice that you can always see details of each and every one of this in the help system, but notice that the things it asks for, it clearly shows that a module manifest has a fine control over behavior of a module. Now let's see if our manifest has been created. Yes, it has been. Let's open it up in the ISE. As you can see, the module to process we entered was this. Note that every attribute has a comment based description, so that you need not look over each and every attribute. Of course, there are much more details which could be read, but for a quick reference, these comment based help could be very useful. Now let's see if prior to doing what I was about to explain, let's make some changes to this manifest. Let's change it to show. Now let's use test module manifest for this manifest. As you can see, the changes we made, that is the name of the module to process we changed, does not impact the structure of the manifest. But if we make some bad changes here, then an error is thrown by the test module manifest commandlet. This is very helpful if we edit a manifest manually in a text editor. This commandlet helps us to check if we have broken the manifest or corrupted it in some way. Now let's move this show advanced script to the PS module path. Now let's make some changes. First, let's try importing the let's try to import the show advanced script module. As you can see that 3 functions were imported. Now recall that in the previous video we made some changes to the show advanced script.psm1 so that this do not need to show function is not exported. Here also we can control the behavior. Let's use the same thing we used there. Now if we import this module, you can see that even though the PSM1 file exported all these functions, the do not need to show was not imported. Also note that PowerShell automatically looks for the PSD1, that is the manifest file. We have not specified the PSD1 here. Another thing to note here is if we want, we can specifically mention the PSD1 here. For example, here if we use this, then the restrictions or changes implemented in the PSD1 would be used. But if we import the PSM1 directly, it would behave independent of the PSD1 manifest. Also, there are many interesting things which could be achieved using the module manifest. For example, let's have a look at the module version. While importing this module, we can use the version. Let's set to 2.0. As you can see, it threw an error because the version we have is 1.0. Let's use version 1.0 and it imported successfully. Other useful things in a module manifest are required modules. The details are self-explanatory, so I am not going to read those out. Nested modules, functions to export we have seen. If we are using commandlets, we can use commandlets to export. And these two things are also very necessary when you are when you are using modules inside modules. We will see a usage of this PSD1 when we discuss some of the security tools written in PowerShell. So that is all for this video. If you are enjoying your time at Pentester Academy, please recommend us to your friends and colleagues.